Were you jazzed to see some of the new content on BGE2? I know I was. Some of the coolest paint jobs have been shown off in this video. But stick around until the end if you want to catch all 4 things you might have missed from this super quick trailer. Hello, fellow space monkeys. This is the mildly morose man, otherwise known as Dan or Dan the Man, whichever you fancy. I'm here to bring you another thought-provoking video on the video game Beyond Good and Evil 2. Be sure to subscribe if you want to stay up to date on all things Beyond Good and Evil 2. Alright, so a lot of these different body types look familiar, but there are so many different paint job options here if you count the concept art. While some of the concept art shows off new paint jobs and different module pieces, I don't think we see any new module pieces actually working in the game engine, but we do see a lot of paint jobs. We see over 20 different spaceships within 40 seconds of footage. If you blinked once during this video, I'm sure you missed something. I have to say, my favorite paint job was this black ship here, which is a classic fighter body, but the paint job looks awesome. My favorite ship type in general was this new one that they showed off. It's got this kind of wide front end that just looks awesome. Hey, why don't you leave your favorites down in the comment section down below? And again, this trailer was so quick that y'all might have missed some important details that are probably hinting at what Ubisoft will be showing at E3 in about a month. So here are 2 big things and 2 small things that you might have missed from the recent news. Right off the bat, when they show in-game footage, I was thrown for a loop. I thought to myself, wait a second, did they change the color of Darius? Because it's not brown, right? So I went back and checked, and I was right. Darius is definitely not brown. This is significant for a couple of reasons. First off, we need to realize that although they could have simply changed the color of Darius from blue to brown, the moon that is being shown is so much different than Soma. Soma is mostly water. This moon here looks like it is mostly land from the small glimpses that we can see of it. This is also significant because we see that Ubisoft is being wise with how they are creating space for folks to play in. Since it is pretty clear this is another planet, not Darius, and another moon that is not Soma, we have not actually seen a playable full-size planet in this game. Let's take another gander at the in-game map. For all those who are concerned that this game is going to be too big, consider what Ubisoft is doing to scale back the size. So far, we are not playing on planets. We are playing on their moons. We know this is true for Darius, and now we know this is true for one other planet in the solar system. And something you might have missed from this 4th live stream is that Agni here is uninhabitable because its surface is over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. I brought this up before, but Ubisoft is making a massive world, yes, but they are creating smaller fences around actual gameplay areas. So that means there are only 3 more large planet type areas that we haven't seen yet, plus this second moon floating around Darius. But this gives me hope that they're going to be able to fill all of this space with meaningful content. I've tried figuring out what this new planet must be, but I don't think we can come to anything conclusive because we don't know how fast the universe turns around Sura. But if I had to take a guess, because of the position of this Milky Way thing in the sun, and the fact that the sun looks a tad bit smaller here than it did on Darius, I think this planet is probably Kailasa. And if you do a quick Google search on the name, the planet was probably named after this temple in India named Kailasa. It could be that the planet was given this name in the game because both the temple and the planet are pretty brown. But hopefully we know for sure soon, because I have a feeling that whatever planet this is, we will see more of it at E3. So the first big thing was the fact that a new planet was revealed in this short trailer. The second big thing has to do with those last few seconds showing a fighter plane in action. You'll notice that this pilot is using some nifty purple tracking missiles. This has to be a new augment for our spaceships. I thought they would have already given us more information on augments because they mentioned we'd be getting more info through an upcoming update during the last live stream. That was a few months ago. But since we haven't gotten an update, I think this is a little tease for what we will see at E3. So I think augments will be a big focus for whatever information is coming next about the game. Finally, 2 quick things. I thought that ship that was being fired on at the end was an alpha ship for some reason, but I think it's actually probably a police helicopter. which does not make a lot of sense out here in the middle of nowhere. But the other small thing does make a lot of sense. See, the BGE2 logo has the same red color from last year's cinematic trailer. This hints at the possibility that we're going to learn more about Jade at E3 this year. We will probably see Dakini again and learn more about how Jade became this famous space pirate killer. If any of you played the first game, then you'll know green played a very prominent role in the color palette, and it communicated some interesting themes throughout the game. I wonder if red will be a focus for this game. If it is, what do you think it could represent? So let me know what your favorite ship was and put a guess down in the comments below on which planet you think we see in this new footage. And what will the color red represent in this new game? Drop a like if you enjoyed the video at all, or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks for watching, and be back for the next one if you want to hear more about Beyond Good and Evil 2.